You count the coins in your palm twice before buying the off-brand bread. The electricity got cut again, and your phone is at 4%. You eat standing over the sink because sitting down feels like giving up. The bus pass expired 3 days ago, so you walk the 5 miles to work. Your shoes have holes, but duct tape holds them together for now. You skip your medication because the copay would mean no groceries. The landlord's voicemail plays, and you let it go to the end without listening. You wash your work shirt in the sink and pray it dries by morning. Sleep comes in fragments between worry and the neighbors shouting. Your daughter asks for a field trip permission slip, and you pretend you forgot. The fluorescent light in the bathroom flickers, and you cannot afford to replace it. You know exactly how many days until the next paycheck, without counting. Hope feels like a luxury you cannot afford to carry right now. You make rent this month, but the credit card minimum will have to wait. The check engine light has been on for 6 weeks and you just drive anyway. You buy the kids' school supplies, but skip the backpack they wanted. Your boss asks you to stay late and you cannot afford to say no. The thrift store jacket fits well enough if you do not raise your arms. You wake up tired and go to bed tired, and the middle is just endurance. The dentist is out of the question, so you chew on the other side. Your phone screen is cracked, but it still works, so it stays cracked. You calculate the grocery total in your head as you walk each aisle. Date night means splitting a pizza and watching something free on the old laptop. The savings account exists, but the balance has not changed in 8 months. You tell yourself next month will be different and almost believe it. Small emergencies feel like earthquakes because there is no buffer underneath you. You have a small cushion now, but you check the balance before every purchase. The apartment is small, but it is yours, and the heat works reliably. You can buy the name brand cereal sometimes without doing mental math first. The used car runs well, and you keep up with the oil changes now. You paid off one credit card, and the statement showing 0 felt like victory. Eating out happens once a month, and you still look at the prices first. Your work clothes are not stylish, but they are clean, and they fit properly. The emergency fund has $800, and you are terrified to touch it. You can say yes to the school fundraiser without the knot in your stomach. Vacations mean a long weekend at your cousin's place 2 hours away. You started putting $20 a month into a retirement account, and it feels abstract. The anxiety is quieter now, but it still wakes you sometimes at 3 a.m. You are not comfortable yet, but you are no longer falling behind. You stopped checking your bank account before every small purchase last month. The couch is new, and you paid for it in cash without juggling anything. Your daughter needs braces, and you can say yes without the spreadsheet panic. The pantry has backup groceries, and that simple fact makes you breathe easier. You took a sick day when you were actually sick instead of pushing through. The retirement account has 5 figures now, and you finally understand compound interest. You replaced the worn tires before they became dangerous, instead of after. Weekends sometimes include a restaurant where you do not study the prices first. The emergency fund could cover 2 months of expenses, and that feels like armor. You bought your partner a birthday gift that was not from the clearance section. The bills are on autopay because you trust the money will be there. You were starting to make choices based on want instead of just need. The ground beneath you feels solid for the first time in years. You book the family vacation 6 months out and pay in full without flinching. The house has a backyard and Saturday mornings smell like fresh-cut grass. Your kid's college fund grows automatically, and you rarely think about it. The kitchen renovation happened because you wanted it, not because something broke. You upgraded to the better health insurance plan for the peace of mind. The car is 3 years old and paid off, and that feels like freedom. You donate to causes you believe in, and it does not require calculation. Work stress exists, but it is not compounded by money stress anymore. You hired someone to clean the house twice a month and reclaimed your Saturdays. The investment portfolio has a strategy you actually understand and trust. Your parents needed help with a medical bill, and you just sent it. Comfort is not about luxury, but about the absence of constant low-grade fear. You sleep through the night most nights now, without the 3 a.m. calculations. You chose the job for the work itself, not just the paycheck it offered. The beach house rental for 2 weeks felt indulgent, but you did not hesitate. Your financial advisor calls quarterly, and you understand everything she says now. The kids attend good schools, and the tuition does not keep you awake. You invested in your friend's startup because you believed in her and could afford to lose it. The home office has a window view and equipment you actually enjoy using. Philanthropy became intentional instead of spare change in a jar by the door. You fly business class on long flights because your time and rest have value. The retirement calculator shows a number that lets you imagine actual freedom someday. Your wardrobe fits well because you bought fewer things of better quality. You started mentoring someone younger because you finally have something to give back. Money became a tool you use instead of a current you swim against. Success feels quieter than you expected, more like calm water than fireworks. You took your parents to Italy because they never went when they were young. The house has rooms you do not enter daily, and that still feels strange. Your children have opportunities you could not have imagined at their age. You invested in a small business because the founder reminded you of yourself once. The charity gala invitation came, and you realized you belong in that room now. Work became optional in theory, but you keep doing it because you love it. You surprised your college roommate with tickets to the game you always talked about. The art on your walls was chosen for meaning, not to fill empty space. Your team at work trusts you, and you have finally learned to delegate fully. Time feels different now because you can buy it back in small pieces. The family dinners happen weekly, and everyone comes because they want to, not obligation. You started thinking about legacy instead of just next quarter's numbers. Generosity became reflexive, like breathing, without the old calculations underneath it. The private school tuition for 3 children is a line item, not a sacrifice. You flew the whole family first class to your daughter's graduation abroad. The beach house is yours now, not a rental, and it waits for you. Your assistant handles the details so you can focus on the decisions that matter. The portfolio generates more annually than your first decade of working combined. You endowed a scholarship at your old university and met the first recipient. The cars in the garage were chosen for joy, not practicality or compromise. Your children understand money because you taught them, not because they had to learn hard. The estate plan is complex but complete and gives you genuine peace. Old friends still call, and you make sure success never built walls between you. You walk into any room knowing you can solve most problems that arise. Wealth became a responsibility you take seriously instead of a prize you won. The world feels smaller now because distance is just a matter of decision. The jet is waiting on the tarmac, and you will be in Monaco by dinner. Your name is on the hospital wing because the cause mattered to you personally. The yacht sleeps 12, and your family gathers there every August without exception. World leaders have your phone number, and sometimes they actually call for advice. The vineyard produces wine you serve at gatherings in homes on 3 continents. Your children run foundations because you taught them that wealth is a verb. The art collection could fill a museum, and someday it probably will. You measure opportunities by impact now, not return, because returns are assured. The staff at your homes knows your preferences before you speak them aloud. Doors open before you reach them, sometimes literally, sometimes just in life. You have solved your own problems, and now you solve problems at scale. Privacy became the true luxury because everything else is already abundant. The next generation is prepared, and that preparation is your real legacy. You wake without an alarm on an island you visited once and decided to keep. The sunrise over the water asks nothing of you, and you ask nothing back. Your calendar has white space because you finally learned that presence is the point. The grandchildren visit, and you are fully there, not checking messages or drifting away. Money stopped being a subject you think about years ago, like gravity or air. You funded a school in the village where your grandmother was born and never left. The morning tea is simple and perfect, and you taste every sip completely. Old friends matter more than new contacts, and you protect those friendships fiercely. Your body is aging, but you have the best care and the time to use it. The foundation will outlive you, and that thought brings comfort instead of sadness. You learned that freedom was never about money, but money made the learning possible. The ocean stretches endless before you, and you finally understand you were always enough. You breathe deeply, and the breath contains no worry, no wanting, only this moment. The journey from survival to freedom taught you that wealth is measured in peace,